Hey guys, Jay here from the Legion of Two, and today I wanted to have a wee chat about Heresy 2.0 and whether or not you should start now in preparation or wait to see what's coming. Now, from my point of view, I unfortunately started my newest Heresy army about 3-4 months before the leaks were sort of really confirmed, in the sense that we started to see the Mark 6s and stuff. And in my mind, I was like, well, we're getting the new Mark 6 Space Marines, that's going to be great, and there will be a scale increase. So the Mark 3s and the Mark 4s will look a bit silly. And I'm not a fan of having two different scales together. So, for example, my Primaris Blood Angels, I have no Firstborn Marines beside them because they will look ridiculously small with them. Now, I may put some of the Mark 6s in, give them Mark 7 arms, shoulder pads, backpacks, etc., and sort of have a Firstborn squad in there, but for all intents and purposes, 40k will be Primaris, the Heresy will be the Firstborn for me. Would you start now knowing what you want, or would you wait and see? In my opinion, it's a bit of a catch-22, because you could start now knowing what's coming and have everything else in preparation for it. Or potentially you could say, no, I'll wait and see, if you want to look at the rules and things. But certain things you could potentially do, and they're not going to really have that much changes. An example being Terminators. The Terminators that we saw in the leak appear to be the exact same Terminators that we've had for years now. And they don't appear to be getting a scale increase, which is fair enough. Maybe it'll come down the road, whatever. But, for example, if you were starting an entire Terminator army, or if you were doing the first company just Terran, or loads of Iron Warriors and stuff like that, you could already get a head start knowing that you're getting a plastic Spartan, the Terminators are staying the same. I could kick on with this and maybe some of the Forge World units. Alternatively, you may say to yourself, well, I could potentially go the vehicle route. I know a friend of mine who is starting Heresy, but he's actually only doing the things that he knows aren't changing. An example to that would be he's going to do a drop pod army, so he started buying all the drop pods and making them and preparing them. Now, the flip side to that coin is I have a friend who is essentially saying to himself, no, I want to wait and see what comes, so that I can then design my list and work appropriately. Now, my only problem with waiting is that if you get into that cycle, potentially you may be waiting forever. I mean, think about it. If you said to yourself, okay, I'm going to wait and see what comes out in the first, say, 2 months of Heresy. So imagine June, July, or July, August, whatever it is, that the Heresy stuff comes out and we get everything in the leaked pictures: a plastic Leviathan, a plastic Sicarian, a plastic Dreadnought, a plastic Rhino, and maybe an upgrade, all the upgrade sprues they've talked about. That's fair enough. But from the point of view of my friend, he would then probably say to himself, I've just heard a leak that they may be releasing a plastic Xiphon. We'll use a Xiphon Interceptor as an example. And he would say, well, then I'm just going to wait. Now, considering the amount of time that it's taken for the leaked pictures to become reality, and knowing the sort of cycle that Games Workshop likes to use when it comes to their last chance to buy and things like that, it might end up being that he may end up waiting for quite some time. And in a way, he is prepared to wait, but if you wait long enough, you might end up waiting for 3rd edition of Heresy for the amount of time it's going to take him. And you'll never really get any enjoyment out of it. But in the end, I suppose that's a person's personal hobby. They want to make the decision. If they want to wait to see potentially what everything is out, but that just takes a while, that's fair enough. Personally, I'm extremely excited for it, and I can't wait to get started. But the dilemma now becomes, who do you do? A bit like a kid in a candy store, there is 18 legions to choose from, and I just can't pick. But what do you guys think? Are you excited? Have you started? Are you waiting? Are you looking to see what's in plastic? Have you just decided to add to what you already have? Or are you starting a new legion? Let us know in the comments down below, and as usual, like, subscribe and do all that usual stuff. Thanks now. Bye bye.